degrees. Sip with me. I'll pour it hot, so hot. I'll pour it sweet, so sweet. Spilling his tea, spilling and sipping his tea, spilling and sipping his tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's Yolanda degree, feeling great, spilling tea. Have a seat and join me. Sip some tea, unwind with me. Let's grab a snack and talk some smack. I'm your girl, I got your back. I got the news, I got the views. I bet you can't wait, I know you can't wait to sip this tea. Sip this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping 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 this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's Yolanda degree, shining bright, set the stage. Hollywood dreams, red carpet scenes, glitter and glow, the secrets I know. Drama with flair, I serve it rare. I got the scoop, I got the proof. I know you can't wait, so come and escape and sip this tea. Sip with me. Spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling 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 and sipping this tea. It's Yolanda degree. Sip with me. I'll pour it hot, so hot. I'll pour it sweet, so sweet. Spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's Yolanda degree, feeling great, spilling tea. Have a seat and join me. Sip some tea, unwind with me. Let's grab a snack and talk some smack. I'm your girl, I got your back. I got the news, I got the views. I bet you can't wait, I know you can't wait to sip this tea. Sip this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's Yolanda degree, shining bright, set the stage. Hollywood dreams, red carpet scenes, glitter and glow, the secrets I know. Drama with flair, I serve it rare. I got the scoop, I got the proof. I know you can't wait, so come and escape and sip this tea. Sip with me. Spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling 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 and sipping this tea.
Yeah, y'all know I wasn't gonna let Donald Trump get away with this. Y'all know I wasn't gonna walk away. What's good, Diamond Gang? I'm back. I'm on my Epstein mess again. Y'all know I wasn't going to let Donald Trump get away with this. The DOJ, I told y'all 2 days ago, the last time I was live, that the DOJ was deleting files. Well, we about to get into some things. Y'all. Screen. Hold on, gang. Let's get into it. I'm going to take it back from when Jeffrey was still living. We're going to go through a couple of things. I am going to tap into MSN now as well. So let's see what what Jeffrey Epstein say in this deposition right here. We're going to get into it. Donald Trump think he's slick. The DOJ think they slick. Nah. Let's go.
Relationship with Donald Trump.
What do you mean by personal relationships?
Have you socialized with him?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever socialized with Donald Trump in the presence of females under the age of 18?
Though I'd like to answer that question, at least today, I'm going to have to assert my faith.
Okay, so he flat out didn't say no. He flat out didn't say no. It's either a yes or a no. Okay? Under 18. He didn't say no. That told us everything we needed to know.
6th and 14th Amendment rights, sir.
Why is Donald Trump deathly afraid, and all of his cronies, about the Epstein files? Hi, I'm Dr. Steve Hassan, cult expert. Yes, I wrote books on cults, like Combating Cult Mind Control, now in Spanish, and Freedom of Mind, and yes, the famous book that I'm not going to hold up. I wanted to just share this clip from a deposition of Jeffrey Epstein, who took the fifth, which is the right not to self-incriminate, when he was asked the question.
But remember, gang, Donald Trump denied all of this shit. He denied it. He denied hanging out with Jeffrey.
About being in the presence of Donald Trump and underage girls. We have so many women who've come forward now, many of them when they were underage, claim and allege that they were raped, assaulted by Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, who's currently still in a jail, and Donald Trump. Why is this important that Jeffrey Epstein took the fifth? Because he's guilty. And he knows, as we have all of these documents now, that he's got the goods on Donald Trump. So Donald Trump and all of his administration, who are blindly following his instructions, are trying to...
The DOJ, they're blindly following his instructions. Blindly. Let's go. They're breaking laws.
Desperately to change people's attention away from the fact that he has been involved with sex trafficking for a really long time and abused countless women. At the Access Hollywood hot mic, where he said, "Grab him by the is a pattern." And why is
y'all remember that? Grab him by the P-U-S-S-Y. Remember that?
This is important because
President Donald Trump's name is all over the latest batch of Epstein files released by the Justice Department. It includes an email from a DOJ prosecutor in 2020, writing that Trump flew on Jeffrey Epstein's private jet 8 times in the 1990s, more than previously known. There's also a DOJ subpoena to Mar-a-Lago from 2021, and there's a handwritten note purportedly signed by Jay Epstein.
Now, I have to tell you guys this. We're going to get into a lot of different things, but we're definitely going to read the 1 out of 4. The 1 out of 4 interviews that the FBI had with the lady that said that she was assaulted when she was 14 years old. We're going to get into that. Let's go.
Mentioning, quote, our president. However, the DOJ said that letter is fake and does not match Epstein's handwriting. The DOJ has also said that many of the claims about Trump in the Epstein files.
Y'all see that? The Department of Justice have officially released nearly 30,000 or more pages of documents related to Jeffrey Epstein. They said Trump was mentioned close to, what, 1 million times? He was mentioned thousands and thousands of times.
Are either false or sensationalized.
This morning, there are some disgusting new allegations and details in the 3 million Jeffrey Epstein files just released. President Trump is mentioned in them more than 1,000 times, including...
Okay, so she said more than 1,000 times. The Congress, when they spoke about it, They said it at least 1 million times.
An FBI notes about a woman who accused Trump in a lawsuit of raping her when she was just 13 years old. The DOJ says the allegations against Trump in the document are false, and
that is the one the FBI talked to at least on 4 different occasions. They only had one interview in the Epstein files. One.
long denied any wrongdoing related to Epstein or any allegation of sexual misconduct. Also in this list,
I think it's time now for the
now let's listen, because see, he wants this to go away. He wants this to go away, and he has been crashing out since the second release.
Maybe get onto something else.
But what would you say to people
like
who feel like they haven't gotten
healthcare
justice, Mr. President?
Something that people care.
So we should be thinking about healthcare and other things. Not that our president is actually being accused of things with minors. We shouldn't be concerned with that at all. Okay.
Yeah, what did you say? Go ahead.
What would you say to the survivors who feel like they haven't gotten justice?
You are the worst reporter.
Look at him crashing out.
CNN has no ratings because of people like you. You know, she's a young woman. I don't think I've ever seen you smile. I've known you for 10 years. I don't think I've ever seen a smile on your face.
I'm asking you about survivors.
You know why? You know why you're not smiling? Because you know you're not telling the truth. And
look at that. Telling the truth about what? She asked the goddamn question. Telling the truth about what? He's deflecting and projecting.
You're a very dishonest organization, and they should be ashamed of you.
These are survivors of a sexual abuse.
You know, when Epstein was alive, nobody cared about him. When he's
so now it's a Democrat problem. Okay. Now it's the Democrats, when both parties was actually in the files. Both parties was in the files.
About him, but it's really a Democrat problem. It's not a Republican. It's a Democrat problem. The only problem Republicans have is that we have to get.
But this is y'all's president. This is who y'all elected. He's not even making sense right now.
Back to number one, running our country, and then number two, very importantly, letting the public know what a great job we're doing. We have the greatest economy in the history of the world.
Deflecting. They asked him about the Epstein files and the survivors.
Democrats who were in there. Elon Musk was also in there, and so was your Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, and correspondence that he had with him. Did you read those new files that were published by the Department of Justice?
I didn't. I have a lot of things I'm doing, and a lot of things, and I don't know. You mentioned 2 names.
He didn't read them, but he's instructing the DOJ to get rid of them. Okay.
Names. I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure they're fine. Otherwise, it would have been major headlines.
Why those documents are missing, especially when we know that this survivor made very serious allegations against the president about abuse, is incredibly serious, points to a possible cover-up.
It is a cover-up, one of the biggest of our lifetimes.
And it's something that is just developing. And so we are trying to ask the DOJ, why are these documents from this survivor?
I wasn't going to let
essentially, they appear to be some type of transcript of some inner.
Y'all know I wasn't going to let this go. I said I was going to let this go about a week ago. No.
Interviews of the survivor. Why are they missing? It's incredibly serious.
I want to say something about how we know the pages are missing and
pay attention. They're going to break it down, how they figured out that the pages, they're numbered specifically. You're going to hear here, right here, how they figured out how those pages were missing out the files.
Who might have seen them, because based on NPR's reporting, many of these documents, and I think some of our viewers are familiar with this, they have a number at the very bottom that starts with EFTA for Epstein Files Transparency Act, and then has a number.
And that's the law that they're breaking, the Transparency Act law. They're breaking that law right now.
That number has a meaning. It's basically a consecutive numbering of pages of a production so that each page has its own unique identifier. NPR basically looked then at the index, compared it to what was produced for this particular witness and her statements, and has, by comparing those page numbers, has counted 50 plus pages that they believe are missing.
Listen, 50 plus pages. Again, the FBI interviewed this woman 4 times. They only had 1 interview in the Epstein files
that correspond to these 3 interview memoranda. We have not independently done that ourselves, but I trust that if we were to go through that exercise, they're probably not far off the mark, that there are 50 pages that you would expect to be produced in consecutive order that are missing from this. We can tell you that this particular victim witness had 15 documents that are supposedly reflective of her statements. The
FBI stated that she was a credible witness. She was credible.
Well as NPR, as well as another independent journalist, have all looked for each of those 15 documents, and all of us collectively have found only 7 of those 15. Again, all 15 of them are reflective of statements that she made, either to federal law enforcement, to state police, via email, but they are all supposed to be reflective of her accounting of events.
If the FBI thought she was full of shit, they wouldn't have interviewed her 4 times. They wouldn't have interviewed her 4 separate times.
In one way or another, and yet more than half of the documents that are supposedly attributable to this person are missing, including 3 memoranda prepared by the FBI reflecting interviews that they conducted with her in fall and in the fall and summer of 2019.
So what I think is also very important to underscore here is that
more recently, they talked to her in 2025 as well. We'll get into that later on down the line.
All of her interview files are missing. It's just some of the interview files, right?
I would say most, because we know that this woman gave 4 interviews to the FBI, at least according to this index. Only 1 of those interview memoranda has been shared with the public. That interview doesn't contain any of her apparent allegations against Donald Trump, and yet we know that she has made them. How do we know that? Because the FBI's own internal correspondence and a presentation that they put together in the summer of 2025 reflects that this woman—
Congress brought this up. Remember the Pam Bondi? They brought this up.
Is also the same person who accused Donald Trump of sexually assaulting her. Where she said that, to whom she said that, we still don't know, because 3 of her interview memoranda are missing from the public production of the—
Again, they removed 3 of her interviews. Why?
Files.
Donald Trump's FBI is freaking out right now with new revelations from the Epstein files. A bombshell report by Roger Sullenberger talks about how Trump's DOJ and FBI apparently are covering up that back in 2019, a girl who accused Donald Trump of sexual assault was interviewed at least 4 times by the FBI and DOJ. You can
open up y'all eyes. If y'all can't see this as a cover up,
actually use a Wayback Machine. And this is what Sullenberger did to find that an individual who made these accusations against Donald Trump actually had 4 separate interviews. But where are these interviews? There's one that's available publicly where this individual says that she's uncomfortable talking about Trump. And
we're going to get into that one that's out there publicly. We're going to go through that.
She doesn't want to talk about that right now out of fear of retaliation. There were 4 other interviews that just are missing right now. Remember from the Epstein files where it mentions that Epstein introduced Jane Doe to Trump, who subsequently forced her head down to his exposed penis, which he subsequently bit in response. Trump.
This is the one he hit upside the head. We talked about this in one of my previous lives.
Punched her in the head and kicked her out. Remember those allegations? Yeah, that individual spoke 4 times. Sullenberger did a great report here on his Substack, and he pulled out from this Internet Archive screenshot of witness material that was posted back in January when there was that first mini release of Epstein files by the DOJ.
Oh my God, we have evidence of how the DOJ is breaking the law and redacting.
Pay attention, gang. Pay attention. This ain't gonna be no long live. 40 minutes tops.
Trump and the Epstein files. So I was scrolling through this file number when I came across this text.
She's going to show y'all, physically show y'all. Pay attention.
exchange between someone and Steve Bannon. And I saw this redacted photo
Look at
that
that
looks
picture of
very
Trump.
familiar because
Look at that picture of Trump. They redacted his face out of that picture. Sorry, y'all.
it's a photo of Trump from a Politico magazine article. Look what happens when I copy and paste this link.
See that?
And there's just no reason.
You see that? She was able to show you guys that that was Trump's picture. They redacted his face.
For this very public photo to be redacted. I mean, the DOJ...
They're trying to scrub the Epstein files of his face, his name.
Explicitly said, quote, "We are not protecting Trump in this drop." So not only did they break the law and lie, the DOJ was so sloppy in how they went about redacting Trump, like, at least do a better job. So of course, this begs the question, what else is improperly redacted that we just don't know yet? The New York Times did this analysis and found more than 5,300 files with over 38,000 references to Trump, his...
Bingo, 38,000, okay? 38,000. And this is what they said, more than 5,300 files, and his name was mentioned 38,000 references to Trump alone. But he's denying that he had any type of friendship relationship with Jeffrey Epstein.
Family, Mar-a-Lago, and other key terms. But maybe there's more of Trump out there because there's a lot.
There's also a picture of him with Epstein that they removed when they dumped the first batch.
Of redacted material. And by the way, what was supposed to be redacted were victims' names, which the DOJ just did a terrible job of. The Wall Street Journal actually found over 40 victims' names, and I even found some addresses. The DOJ could also withhold anything related to death, injury, or pornographic material, which this photo is definitely not. And we know that the DOJ is an above...
What's up? We beat you. My brother is in the chat. Put your link in the chat. My brother is also covering the Epstein case. Subscribe to his channel, y'all. Get over there and subscribe to We Beat You.
Redacting photos of Trump because remember on the last Epstein file drop, they redacted this
right there.
photo of...
Hold on. Let me take
Trump
it
out
back.
there because there's a lot of redacted material. And by the way, what was supposed to be redacted were victims' names, which the DOJ just did a terrible job of. The Wall Street Journal actually found over 40 victims' names, and I even found some addresses. The DOJ could also withhold anything related to death.
They doxed the victims intentionally to intimidate them. They doxed, let me say survivors. They're not victims, they're survivors. To intimidate them. They didn't give a flying fuck, but they made sure that they redacted quite a few prominent people.
Or pornographic material, which this photo is definitely not. And we know that the DOJ isn't above redacting photos of Trump because remember on the last Epstein file drop, they redacted this photo of Trump in Epstein's desk drawer, but not before everyone caught on and there was all this outrage. So they like unredacted it. So who knows what they're doing this time? And like I said, this is illegal. So the Epstein Files Transparency Act says no record should be redacted on the basis of embarrassment, reputational harm, or political sensitivity when it comes to political figures. So it looks...
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? They're breaking the law.
Looks like the DOJ is breaking the law.
We have some very serious Epstein files that I've been able to find over the past several hours.
Trigger warning, please, y'all. Trigger warning.
Hours that you need to know about, including those that mention the President of the United States, Donald Trump. Let this serve as a trigger warning because these documents are very graphic. The first document is a screen grab for what appears to be an affidavit signed under the penalty of perjury by Tiffany Doe, which is a pseudonym for someone else. It was signed on June 18th, 2016. And paragraph 14 says, quote, "I personally witnessed defendant Trump telling the plaintiff that she shouldn't ever say anything if she didn't want to disappear like the 12-year-old female and that he was capable of having her whole family killed." Paragraph 16, "I'm coming forward to swear to the truthfulness of the physical and sexual abuse that I personally witnessed of minor females at the hands of Mr. Trump and Mr. Epstein, including the plaintiff during the time of my employment from the years of 1990 to 2000 for Mr. Epstein. I swear to these facts under the penalty of perjury." Now, this document was not accompanied by any other allegations. We don't have numbers 1 through 13. We also don't know what case this is a part of. So
Let me ask y'all. I got 155 in the building. Please hit the like. I need to ask y'all, who believes that this is a cover-up? Who believes that Trump did these things. Put a 1 in the chat. If you still ratting and rocking and rolling with Trump, put a 2 in the chat. Be honest, y'all. Be honest. Be honest. It's okay. Okay. Okay, Joseph. Okay. Okay. What up, EJ? What up, Hippie Gypsy? What up, Miki? Yeah. This is the biggest. This. I'm telling y'all. This is, you'll never see no shit like this in your lifetime. This is it. Meanwhile, we got other countries handling their business. Former UK ambassador Peter Mandelson, he got questioned. Former Prince Andrew. Other countries, they're handling their business. Not us. Let's go.
I'm still looking. The second document is an email from Richard Branson to Jeffrey Epstein from September 11th, 2013. The red underline, quote, "It was really nice seeing you yesterday. The boys in water sports can't stop speaking about it. Anytime you're in the area."
When I first started speaking about this, there were so many people that was rocking with Trump that was trolling the shit out of my chat, y'all. Trolling the mess out of me.
I would love to see you as long as you bring your harem. Finally, this is an image that was found. That's Andrew, formerly known as Prince Andrew. He's crouching on all fours over a young girl. I'm going to continue providing you updates. I'm digging through, gone through tens of thousands. There'll be more documents soon. Spread the word, follow for more.
Good morning. It is
This is
February.
it. Trigger warning. We are getting ready to read the FBI report. Trigger warning.
February 24th, 2026, and we have some incredible breaking news this morning. This is out of NPR, but you can cross-check it across many other publications. It is an article that talks about how, yes, the Justice Department is confirmed to have withheld and removed some of the Epstein files related to Trump. Now,
and they did this in the middle of the damn night. In the middle of the night, they got caught. I was up at midnight when I heard the announcement. That is when they told the Republicans, do not show up at Les Wexner deposition. Not one single Republican was there. Not one.
Now, that aspect of it is not necessarily breaking news. Many of us suspected that this was true. Many of us, in some cases, knew that this was true. But now we have these documents in hand. I'm going.
That part. Just imagine what they haven't released. That part right there. Let's go. This makes me sick to my stomach, y'all.
Going to read these allegations that I believe to be true. I believe Katie Johnson. They are very graphic in nature. If you are not in the right headspace to listen to these documents being read aloud, please either save this video and come back to it later.
Again, trigger warning. Trigger warning, y'all.
Or scroll on. If you are in the presence of minors, I also ask that you please save this video and return to it or scroll on. That is your trigger warning. In the next section, I'm going to start reading. If you would like, you could take a screenshot of this. At the top, it has the case number. We also know.
Get y'all screenshots. If y'all don't believe me, get y'all screenshots. Get y'all screenshots. Let's go.
That this is out of the United States District Court of the Central District of California. There's also other information you might need in order to look this up. It is not hard to find. This information is so damning, and Donald Trump needs to be investigated immediately. Number 6, the plaintiff, Katie Johnson.
This is why his ass was crashing out. This is why.
Johnson alleges that defendants Donald J. Trump and Jeffrey E. Epstein also did willfully and with extreme malice violate her civil rights under 42 U.S.C. 1985 by conspiring to deny plaintiff Johnson her civil rights by making her their sex slave. Number 9, on the first occasion involving the defendant Donald J. Trump, the plaintiff Katie Johnson was forced to manually stimulate defendant Trump with the use of her hand upon defendant Trump's erect penis until he reached sexual orgasm.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? I'm going to take it back. I'm going to take it back for you non-believers. For you non-believers. Hold on, gang. I'm old school. I need a mouse. Let's go.
Immediately.
Number 6, the plaintiff, Katie Johnson, alleges that defendants Donald J. Trump and Jeffrey E. Epstein also did willfully and with extreme malice violate her civil rights under 42 U.S.C. 1985 by conspiring to deny plaintiff Johnson her civil rights by making her their sex slave. Number 9, on the first occasion involving the defendant Donald J. Trump, the plaintiff Katie Johnson was forced to manually stimulate defendant Trump with the use of her hand upon defendant Trump's erect penis until he reached sexual orgasm. Number 10, on the second occasion involving the—
Mind you, these are underage girls.
defendant Donald J. Trump, the plaintiff Katie Johnson was forced to orally copulate defendant Trump by placing her mouth upon defendant Trump's erect penis until he reached sexual orgasm. Number 11, on
these are what they take. They're taking. They removed this. They removed this.
the third occasion involving the defendant Donald J. Trump, the plaintiff Katie Johnson was forced to engage in an unnatural lesbian act. I want to make sure you understand unnatural being against her preference, against her sexual orientation, with her fellow minor and sex slave, Maria Doe, age 12, for the sexual enjoyment of defendant Trump. After
age 12, age 12. Again, I'm going to take it back a little bit. Age 12. Let's go.
C. 1985 by conspiring to deny plaintiff Johnson her civil rights by making her their sex slave. Number 9, on the first occasion involving the defendant Donald J. Trump, the plaintiff Katie Johnson was forced to manually stimulate defendant Trump with the use of her hand upon defendant Trump's erect penis until he reached sexual orgasm. Number 10, on the second occasion involving the defendant Donald J. Trump, the plaintiff Katie Johnson was forced to orally copulate defendant Trump by placing her mouth upon defendant's sexual orgasm. Number 11, on the third occasion involving the defendant Donald J. Trump, the plaintiff Katie Johnson was forced to engage in an unnatural lesbian act. I want to make sure you understand unnatural being against her preference, against her sexual orientation, with her fellow minor and sex slave.
What part of cover-up are y'all not getting? What part of cover-up are you not getting? And for those who are riding with Donald Trump, would you allow your minor child to be in his presence alone? Would you? Put a 1 in the chat if you would. Put a 2 in the chat if you like. Hell no.
Maria Doe, age 12, for the sexual enjoyment of defendant Trump. After this act, both minors were forced to orally copulate defendant Trump by placing their mouths simultaneously on his erect penis until he achieved sexual orgasm. After zipping up his pants, defendant Trump physically pushed both minors away while angrily berating them for the poor quality of their sexual performance. 12, on the fourth and final—
Wait a minute, poor quality. These are fucking minors. Minors. Let's go. Trigger warning.
Sexual encounter with Donald J. Trump, the plaintiff, Katie Johnson, was tied to a bed by defendant Trump, who then proceeded to forcibly rape plaintiff Johnson. During the course of this savage sexual attack, plaintiff Johnson loudly pleaded with Donald Trump to please wear a condom. Defendant Trump responded by violently striking plaintiff Johnson in the face with an open hand and screaming that he would do whatever he wanted as he refused to wear protection. After—
Do y'all hear that? Refused. Refused. This is crazy. This is disgusting. This is foul. This is foul.
achieving sexual orgasm, the defendant Donald J. Trump put his suit back on, and when the plaintiff—
So do y'all see why Congress is so upset? Do you see why Congress is pushing this? Do you?
Katie Johnson was in tears, asked defendant Trump what would happen if he had impregnated her. Defendant Trump grabbed his wallet and threw some money at her and screamed that she should use the money to, quote, get a fucking abortion. I have no further analysis.
Crazy.
Donald Trump needs to be put on trial. Period. Point.
Did y'all hear that? I will take it back. I will take it back. For the ones in the back, I will take it back. I was on the fence about playing this, y'all. I was on the fence. But I was like, nah, he not getting away with this.
Point blank. This is black and white, crystal clear, clear as day. And it is more than believable. I believe Katie Johnson, and I hope you do too.
Donald Trump. Now that was Katie Johnson, okay? So there was more than just that 14-year-old allegation from the FBI. There was more. There was multiple women in those files that filed reports against Donald Trump. Let's go.
Will not talk about this new explosive allegation against him in the Epstein files. We just learned that a woman claimed that when she was 13 to 15 years old, Epstein introduced her to Donald Trump and he assaulted her. And the thing about this allegation is the FBI actually interviewed this girl not once, but 4 times. They deemed her a credible accuser.
A credible accuser, but never followed up. Never followed up and never completed the investigation. Crazy.
Girl also filed a lawsuit against the Epstein estate, included her allegation against Trump in that lawsuit, and received a settlement in 2021.
So she got money. She received a settlement. Remember, I told you guys that he was worth over $500,000. I mean, sorry, 500. I said $500,000, $500 million. 557 million. Now the estate is sitting at $120 million.
You don't receive a settlement without having evidence. And on top of that, of the 4 interviews she did with the FBI, only 1 of them is in the Epstein files. The other 3 have not been released. They are actively being covered up. And what makes it even worse is that Ghislaine Maxwell has seen all of those interviews. The government turned those documents over to her before her trial in 2021, which is standard procedure. So she could have potential blackmail over Donald Trump, or maybe not. We don't know what those documents say.
That's what they say. That's what they say. That's why she was moved to a nice, cushy, low-level security prison. She was in a max. Now she's at a low level. She get umbrellas. She get her meals cooked. She get a lot of privileges.
We, the American people, deserve to see those 3 additional interviews. If it exonerates Trump, then great. If it implicates him, though, then something needs to happen.
Hi, my name is Charlene Roche.
Hold on, let me stop that because I'm going to end it with the victims. But here's the deal. He said twice that he's been exonerated from the Epstein files, which was a lie. Nowhere near does it say he was exonerated. Nowhere. Nowhere. Hold on.
And I'm a Jeffrey Epstein survivor. What I experienced was almost more than anybody can handle.
Some of them will be there tonight.
My name is Liz Stein. I first met Jeffrey Epstein when I was a...
Some of them will be at the State of the Union tonight. They'll be there tonight. They were invited.
Senior in college. You know, I thought that I was there in a professional capacity, and they had other ideas.
My name is Rena O. I met Jeffrey Epstein in the year 2000. These are the type of people that get high off of making other people suffer.
My name is Sky Roberts, and I am the brother of Virginia Roberts Giuffre. This is a large sex trafficking operation that took place for decades.
I'm Dorothy Gronert. Carolyn Andriano is my daughter. At 14, she was recruited by Epstein. They went in one way, came out another way. Let me sum it up that way.
And make no mistakes about it. It's not about the Democrats against the Republicans, Republicans against it, because both parties were in those files.
You ready to talk? Virginia was sex trafficked by Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein to some of the world's most powerful and rich men and women. This abuse goes incredibly deep into our systems. It almost shakes our systems to the core.
One day, Ghislaine Maxwell came into the store as a client, and we shopped together and we started talking. She was immediately familiar with me. She found points of connection between us in our first conversation, and she made me feel at ease.
These women were in front of Congress when Pam Bondi refused to look at them, refused to apologize for doxing some of these women. They were there.
Me feel like she was a girlfriend. When I went to the bar, I was introduced to Jeffrey Epstein. And that was the first time that I met Epstein, and that was the first time that I was assaulted. The first day that I met them.
I met Jeffrey when I was a very young teenager in New York. I was modeling. What I experienced was
birds of a feather flock together. Birds, whoever got those mods, whoever put those pink has in the chat, delete that. Block and delete that person. They're spamming my chat. Block them from my chat. Hold on, y'all, because I'm not playing no games. Mods, get that out of there, please. Get that out of there. Ban them from my chat altogether. Ban them. Here you go. Ain't nothing fake about what I got up here. Ain't nothing fake about what I got up here. Let's go. Nothing that they tried to hide.
almost more than anybody can handle and more than I am willing to say right now.
When she mentioned that she knew this art collector, I was eager to go meet Jeffrey. I brought my portfolio with me, and he used my talent to abuse me for the next 2 years.
I understood Carolyn was house cleaning for Jeffrey. Serving her feet with no explanation. This went on for a couple of years. Unfortunately, I didn't know about it in the very beginning.
Yeah, but I'm trying to get all them pink.
I kind of found out about it when it's too late.
I'm molested and raped by these men. There's brutal times. I mean, she speaks about it in her memoir, Nobody's Girl, where she was brutally raped by a former prime minister. These two doubled down on my suffering. People. I was habitually used and humiliated. And in some instances, choked.
Let me stop. It's about the truth. And it's about what he did. It's about the truth. It's about the survivors. It ain't about hating Trump.
The grooming and manipulation that I went through as a young girl has affected my life, you can imagine.
He grabbed me by the arm. He sat down next to him. He yelled at me and told me, if you ever tell anyone what really goes on around here, something's gonna happen to you. The two of them, evil people.
EJ, do me a favor. Any pink hands that you see, ban them.
Her life where she couldn't come out anymore, she couldn't come out the door.
You're threatened. You're told that you're no longer good anymore.
Once this stopped, gang, I'm going to get into
In 2019, when Epstein was arrested,
MSN
I had no idea that this had happened to anyone other than me. And I was shocked and appalled to find out what we now know, that there is at least 1,000 victims of this crime.
1,000.
I want to say it's crimes against humanity. It is just unbelievable. And I really do lean on my survivor sisters to understand what happened to me. And I really do feel like they are the only ones that understand.
Right,
I
stop
am
it right here. I'm gonna
enraged.
stop it right here. I want to play
And
this
even
clip
if
now.
there
Now
isn't any
report gang. I'm gonna stop it right there so we could get into the beginning of this report. Hold on.
Missing from the DOJ's Epstein files release. Let's bring in MS Now senior legal reporter Lisa Rubin, who broke this story. Also with us, our senior White House reporter Von Hilliard and MS Now legal analyst, former Manhattan DA assistant DA, that is Catherine Christian. And Lisa, you got this reporting. Walk us through it.
Well, Anna, one of the things I can tell you is that based on documents that are available in the Epstein files, and we're just going to hold up to you what allowed us to get to this reporting. This is an index of witness statements from people who were not expected to testify at Ghislaine Maxwell's trial, but whose statements were nonetheless produced to her defense counsel in the run-up to her 2021 trial. We also have a smaller one with respect to those who were expected to testify. And based on those indices, as well as documents available in the file, MS Now can report that there is at least one witness for whom 3 interviews with the FBI in rapid succession in 2019 are missing. You might say, well, what's the big deal about that? Well, the big deal about that is that we can also confirm that that woman is the same person who in a 2025
Remember,
FBI
in the beginning of this
is
live, I
identified
told
to
y'all,
have accused Donald Trump of a sexual
2025. They spoke to the same woman in 2025. Let's go back.
25 FBI presentation is identified to have accused Donald Trump of a sexual assault when she was between 13 and 15 years old. We know that based on a human source who has confirmed to us that this woman is one and the same. So I want to make this very clear.
This woman is one and the same. She is the same woman. I'm going to take it back again. They spoke to her in 2019 and in 2025.
Accused Donald Trump of a sexual assault when she was between 13 and 15 years old. We know that based on a human source who has confirmed to us that this woman is one and the same. So I want to make this very clear. There is a woman who, according to the FBI and documents compiled last summer, accused Donald Trump of sexually assaulting and physically abusing her. One of the things in her accusation is that in addition to forcing...
So for the ones that believe that this is just about hating Trump, explain this. Can you explain what's going on in front of you right now? What's going on? Explain that. Give me a good explanation. You can't. You can't. It's a cover-up.
Her to perform oral sex. He also hit her in that same episode. We have now connected that woman to someone who was interviewed by the FBI 4 times in 2019. Of those 4 interview memoranda, which are listed in this index that I'm holding up right here, only one of them can be seen. And in that interview, the accusations against Trump are not.
Where are the other 4 interviews? Where? You can't explain that. You can't explain them deleting stuff in the middle of the night. You can't explain that.
Present at the most. She says that she had met Trump on one occasion without detailing it. And when asked how she understood that Epstein was a person who committed abuse against her, she showed FBI agents a picture that she had been sent by a friend. It was a picture that she was reluctant to share with FBI agents because there was somebody else in the photograph. It turned out to be, according to this interview memo, a well-known photograph of Epstein and Trump together. She
a
said,
photograph of Epstein and Trump together.
Image, lest she incriminates someone that she feared could retaliate against her. That's all that we know from what's publicly available in the files. But we know that this woman had other accusations against Trump. Where they are listed or where they've been memorialized, we're not sure. But we can tell you and our viewers that there are 3 other interview memoranda taken by the FBI that are not present anywhere in the Epstein files. And this is a problem that we expect may have recurred with dozens of other witnesses whose files may not have been produced in their totality. Again, this index gives a unique
All right, I
numerical
played that part
identifier to
already.
more than.
I'm gonna stop it here. For anybody that want to hit the link, I will drop the link. Hold on. If you want to add to this conversation, I keep saying, and I'm gonna leave the Epstein files alone. I don't think so, because this is not going away. For those that think opinions are respected, just don't come up here and be disrespectful. That's it. That's all. Hold on. I'm gonna drop my link. This is not going anywhere. This is not going away no time soon. The link has been dropped for anybody to want to come up. Let me read through some of these comments. I go live 45 minutes. I try to go live at least 3 times a week. Please, gang, hit the like, subscribe to the channel. Again, all opinions are respected. I was not letting this go. I was not going to let this go. Let's see. What's wrong? Hold on. Let me see what you said. What's wrong with people who don't care? Is that what you're saying? Oh, who don't care, don't listen. Exactly. There's 50 million other things going on. Just leave. Go to someone else's live. That's it. That's all. Hold on. What you say? Millions. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to get to the comments. Millions of us care about the victims and survivors and grieve at the level humanity has fallen. It's terrible. This is the biggest. I'm telling you, you will never see nothing else like this for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life. This is the biggest cover-up ever. It's quite embarrassing. It is, because other countries are making those individuals accountable. Accountable. But we're not. It's quite sad. It's very sad. That's like a smack in the face to the survivors. All right. So I guess ain't nobody going to click my link. Okay, I'm going to try to go through a couple more comments and then I'm going to go ahead and close out, y'all. Thank you so much for coming through. Okay. I can't believe you are crying. Look for the what? 400 million kids Joe Biden let into the country. This is stupid. Listen, like I said, this is not about Republican versus Democrat. There was Republicans in the files. There were Democrats in the files. This is not about that. It's not. It's not. Why don't, okay, let's see. I'm trying to get your question. Give me 1 second. You said something about names. Let's see. Yeah, hit the like, please. Okay, let's see. They are only going after specific people and protecting others who are just as guilty. Yeah, I believe that. Well, I don't believe that they're going after specific people. Not here anyway. Not in the U.S. anyway. I don't. But I believe that it's a cover up. It's huge. I don't believe that they're targeting anybody here, because if they were, they would be held accountable. I agree. Everyone mentioned needs to be questioned at the very least. Period, hippie. Period. Period. Well, we're going to see what Hillary got to say. I think that is tomorrow. And they're doing it at their home. And there was a big deal about them going to their home to do this deposition. But guess what? They did less Wexners at home. So what's wrong with doing Hillary's? You know, it is what it is. I agree. It's really not going to happen, but it should. It's just sad because long before this release, so many people dropped the ball. It's ridiculous. Well, let me see what. Yeah, I am too. I'm worried about America. When our country starts covering up for peds, I'm just disgusted. Yeah, this is crazy. Like, I still can't grasp my mind around this at all. I can't. Like, and I think that's one of the reasons why I can't let it go. Because I was supposed to dig for some information on El Micho, because I was going to do something about that. But guess what? When I start searching, this is coming up everywhere. So it brought me right back to the Epstein files. Right back. And I don't think I'm going to be leaving anytime soon, because I'm probably going to go live based off of what Hillary and Bill say. So make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, please. Okay. You know why they are, Rick. Okay, Rick said, question, why are his files missing? Answer that now and no excuses. Who, Trump's? Trump's files? Because they were removed by the DOJ. They were removed. A lot of them. A lot of them. Let me see. The files are missing because this isn't just about people. It's about governments. It is. It definitely is. Let's see the next comment. Hold on. Well, that's too bad, really. It is. Okay, I'm an hour in. I still got 70 people in here. So what y'all think about El Micho and the things that's going on over there in Mexico? He's going to be questioned with a lie detector on. Well, listen, they all liars. Hippie, you're funny as hell. They're all liars. What you say? What? Are you kidding me? What you mean? Why you say, what? Are you kidding me? Really? Yeah, Bill's something else. He's something else. I want to, yeah. El Micho provided a lot of work for people to feed their families. Yeah, he did. I want to get to the bottom of that, y'all. You said, yes, really. Do you think that is going to happen, really? What, Rick? Yeah, he was a local hero. Those people were tearing Mexico up, starting fires. That was crazy. That is what I was supposed to be doing today. I couldn't, because I was stuck on stupid with these fouls. You know, I said it a couple days ago, but I didn't really dig in to see what was missing and what was going on. So, but gang, I've been on for an hour, not behind closed. Bill Clinton needs to answer. Wait. Live on air. They're doing it in their home, but I believe it's going to be televised. Just like Wexner Les was. His was, we got to see his. Bet. I'm going to dig him up then. I'll definitely start researching out Micho. He will lie. I think we'll be able to see it, but just like Les. So Trump was crashing the hell out. And so should Trump become his name, because his name was mentioned doing the same terrible things with Clinton. Yeah. We're going to see. We're going to see. But it's just crazy how the other countries are moving swiftly. They're not playing at all. At all. 100 products plus. You're a Trump lover? Let's see the next one. Even if you got the truth out of him, really what's going to happen? Nothing. You're saying if we got the truth out of who? Trump? It better happen. He allegedly was dealing with underage women, girls. Something better happen. Something better. Let me pull up my video, y'all, on Peter Mandelson. I'm telling you, y'all, they scooping these people up. They're not playing in other countries. Hold on. Let me minimize this. I'm going to pull my screen. I got to go. Let me exit full screen. Hold on. Let's get to the content. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Let's see. I did an upload on Peter Mandelson last night. Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. Hold on, gang. I'm going to try to pull my screen back up.
The last few days, you remember Prince Andrew was arrested on Thursday. Also, for potentially releasing sensitive documents.
StreamYard is kicking me out. I'm so sorry. And I got 121 people. Sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. I'm going to go ahead. I don't know what's going on with my internet. It's snowing here, so that might be the problem. But thanks, guys, for hanging in there. Okay, shit. I appreciate y'all for hanging in there. Hold on. It might let me share my screen again. Hold on. Let's check. I got to open a tab. Hold on. I'm going to try to share my screen one more time. And if it act up, I'm going to just go ahead and close this live out. Goodness. Let me open up another window. Why? Okay, hold on. Can y'all hear me? EJ, can you hear me? Okay, cool. Hold on. Okay, cool. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm going to pull up another screen and see if it let me. If it don't allow me, I'm going to go ahead and close this out because I'm not playing around. Here we go. Thanks for being patient, y'all. My internet service is horrible. And I bought a, I want to say it's the router. Yeah. I got AT&T. Okay, so it's allowing me. Let me share my screen. And I'll bring up the Peter Mandelson video again. Here we go. All right. Here we go. All right, we back. It sound good? Oh, shit. Okay. Can y'all still hear me? I might just let this go. I'm not taking no chances. Okay, here we go. Bingo, we back. Okay. All right, let me play this and then we can leave. But the great spills the tea. This video is for criticism, commentary, and educational purposes. Diamond Gang. Former UK ambassador to the United States, Peter Mandelson, has been arrested in London on suspicion of misconduct in public office. This comes as investigators examine his past ties to Jeffrey Epstein and whether confidential government information was shared.
Arrested former UK ambassador to the U.S., Peter Mandelson, in a misconduct probe stemming from his ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Police are investigating Mandelson over documents suggesting he passed sensitive government information to Jeffrey Epstein a decade and a half ago.
What's up with this is that he's not wanted for any sex crimes. He got questioned for documents, sensitive stuff. You know what I mean? At least he wasn't caught up in that underage sex ring.
Not face any allegations of sexual misconduct at this point that we know of, just those other charges of misconduct in office. Senior correspondent Benjamin Hall. Ben.
Yeah, hi, Harrison. Look, this has been moving very quickly in the UK over the last few days. You remember Prince Andrew was arrested on Thursday also for potentially releasing sensitive documents to Jeffrey Epstein. And now Peter Mandelson, who was the UK ambassador to the US, one of the sort of heavyweights of British politics under Tony Blair, has also now been arrested. And, you know, it's fascinating to see how far this chain will go. And there are many...
Diamond Gang. Meanwhile, police activity has expanded across multiple locations as part of this investigation.
No mistake about it, Mark. This is a seismic moment not only for Peter Mandelson, but for British politics as a whole. 6 months ago, the man that you can see in the pictures was the British ambassador to Washington, one of the maybe half dozen most powerful figures in this country, personally appointed by Keir Starmer against elements even of his own better judgment, persuaded of it, we believe, by his then.
Y'all hear that? This is what I'm saying. Other countries, they're not playing about this at all. There is no cover up. You stand before them and you got to answer. Impossible jail time.
Chief of Staff Morgan McSweeney, because he was thought to be the only man who could bridge the divide with Donald Trump's White House after the US president returned to the White House for the second time. Peter Mandelson believed to be the only person who could help Britain and sort out its trading and relationship with the US at this tricky time. Today, being taken away, as you can see, by police. Peter Mandelson has denied any.
I'm not going to lie. I think that the former prince might snitch and start talking. Mandelson might start talking. Who knows what's going to come about this?
Wrongdoing, but I suspect there will be a lot of focus on those emails that we heard so much about, emails from the last time.
Diamond Gang, according to the Metro. These are not no young 20-year-old men. These are men well into their 60s. You know, who wants to spend the rest of their life in jail? Nobody. So, yeah. Metropolitan Police, Mandelson was arrested at an address in Camden, and search warrants were executed at 2 additional locations in Wiltshire and Camden. He was taken to a London police station for questioning. Police says this investigation centers on documents suggesting that Mandelson may have passed sensitive or market-moving information to Epstein during the late 2000s. Officials emphasize that the arrest is tied to misconduct in public office, not allegations of sexual misconduct. But Diamond Gang. All right, I'm going to stop it right there. And remember, y'all, just 2 days ago, I did a live on Zorro Ranch. So now that they got the funds to start this investigation, we don't know what they're going to find inside that ranch. We don't have a clue. But it's not going to be good at all for a lot of folks, for a lot of people. So we will have to just wait and see, you know. But Diamond Gang, please smash the like for the ones that's in here. Hit the like. I got 148 still in the building. Please hit that like. I'm getting ready to go ahead and close out. I've been live over an hour now. I normally do 45 minutes. Please subscribe to the channel. Like I said, I built this platform. All opinions are respected. I dropped the link. Nobody wanted to hit the link to add to the conversation. You're more than welcome to come up. Just don't be disrespectful. You know, that's it. That's all, you know. But I want to thank everybody for showing up and showing out for your girl. And keep your notifications on, because I think I'm going to start pulling clips and figuring out who this El Mencho was. Yeah, we get ready to dig into that. And based off of whatever Hillary and Bill say within these next couple of days, yeah, I might hit that live button. So I want to say thanks to all my moderators. I love y'all. I love y'all. All right, gang, I'm out.
It's your under degrees. Sip with me. I'll pour it hot, so hot. I'll pour it sweet, so sweet. Spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribe.
Hippie, if you still in the chat, man, make sure you subscribe. I love your energy. Subscribe to the channel, girl.
Hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's Yolanda the Great, feeling great, spilling tea. Have a seat and join me. Sip some tea, unwind with me. Let's grab a snack and talk some smack. I'm your girl, I got your back. I got the news, I got the views. I bet you can't wait. I know you.
For the 80 that's still in the building, I'm asking y'all, hit the like on the way out. Hit the like, please.
Sip this tea, sip this tea. Spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea.
Rick, make sure you bring your butt back too. Come back.
Spilling and sipping this tea, spilling this tea, spilling and sipping 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 this tea.
Shouts out to my number one, Meet Cruz, my bestie. Love you, Meet.
Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your line of degree, shining bright, set the stage. Hollywood dreams, red carpet scenes, glitter and glow, the secrets I know. Drama with flair, I serve it rare. I got the scoop, I got the proof. I know you can't wait, so come and escape and sip this tea, sip with me. Spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling this tea, spilling this tea, spilling this tea.